Imagine you have finally done it. You have escaped the Canadian or American winter and settled into a long stay in Mexico, Portugal, or Thailand. One afternoon your bank back home flags a suspicious transaction after you pay a clinic bill or book a regional flight. You open the app to sort it out, and the screen calmly says, "We've sent a text message with a code to your phone number ending in 43. There is only one problem. That number is tied to a SIM card sitting in a drawer in Toronto, Phoenix, Vancouver, or Chicago. The text never arrives. You cannot enter the code. You are locked out of the account that holds your retirement income, all because your old phone number did not make the trip with you." This video is about making sure that never happens. By the end, you will understand a simple, retiree-friendly way to keep your home number alive for banks, codes, and family calls, while a local SIM or eSIM handles cheap data abroad. You will see how to preserve your WhatsApp identity, so your kids, grandkids, and friends keep contacting you exactly as before. And you will walk away with a short, "Keep my number" checklist you can reuse before every long stay or move abroad, so you do not discover this problem in the worst possible moment. Why your phone number is a retirement asset. When people in Canada or the United States imagine retiring abroad, they think about visas, healthcare, rent, beaches, and climate. Almost no one thinks of their phone number as part of the plan, yet in today's world, that number has quietly become one of your most important assets. Your Canadian or American number is wired into almost everything. Banks and credit cards assume they can send security codes to it. Pension and government portals lean on it for identity checks. Airline and hotel profiles, cloud storage, email security, and many two-factor logins are anchored to it. On the personal side, that same number is how your children and grandkids have you saved in their contacts, how old friends send you photos, and how clinics and pharmacies confirm appointments. If that number goes dark while you are overseas, you do not just lose a way to receive calls, you lose a key to your financial and digital life. Logins fail because codes are sent to a number that is no longer in your phone. Support staff assume you can receive texts back in Ontario, British Columbia, Florida, or California. You start stacking avoidable stress on top of the normal challenges of settling into life abroad. A dual SIM approach lets you avoid that. You keep your home number alive as a quiet backbone for identity and codes, while a local SIM or eSIM handles the heavy lifting for data and everyday calling. Instead of throwing away a number that everything depends on, you turn it into a deliberate part of your retirement strategy. Dual SIM and eSIM in plain language. Dual SIM simply means your phone can run two phone lines at the same time. Instead of being locked to a single SIM card, your device can juggle two sets of service details, each with its own number. In practice, that might be a physical SIM from home, plus a physical SIM abroad, or a physical home SIM combined with a digital eSIM that you activate by scanning a QR code. Many modern iPhones and Android phones sold in North America already support this out of the box. The easiest way to think about this is to give each line a job. Line A is home, Canada or US, the number you have probably had for years and that most of your banks and family know. Line B is travel, data abroad, the local SIM or eSIM that gives you good data prices and local calling, where you are staying. Inside your phone's settings you choose which line is responsible for mobile data, which line makes calls by default, which line sends text messages, and whether each line is allowed to roam. You might tell the phone, "Use my travel line for all internet data and local calls, but keep my home line alive in the background so it can receive the occasional bank code or call from back home." When this is set up properly, your phone quietly uses both lines without you having to think about it every day. There are two important requirements. Your phone needs to be unlocked so it accepts non-home SIMs, and your home number needs to stay on some kind of plan that allows it to receive calls and texts, even if it is a basic or low-usage plan. Once those two pieces are in place, dual SIM turns your phone into a flexible bridge between your old life and your new one. Pre-departure foundations: unlock, backup, recover. First, confirm that your phone is unlocked. Call or chat with your carrier and ask directly whether your device is fully unlocked for international SIMs and eSIMs. If the answer is no, begin the unlock process right away. In Canada and the United States, it is often free once your contract is finished, but it can still take a few days to process. Next, make sure you truly control your number. If your plan is part of a family bundle or the account is in someone else's name, clarify what would happen if they changed or canceled the plan while you are overseas. You do not want your retirement connectivity tied to a number that could vanish because a relative adjusted a package while trying to save money. Then audit the recovery options on your most important accounts. For your main banks, investment platforms, email providers, and cloud services, sign in while you are still at home and check which email addresses and phone numbers they use for verification. Add or confirm backup email addresses. Where it is available, enable app-based authentication, so you are not relying only on SMS codes, and generate backup codes if the service offers them. After that, backup WhatsApp and your contacts. In WhatsApp settings, trigger a fresh cloud backup so your conversations are protected. Check that your phone's contacts are synced to your Apple or Google account so they can be restored if your device is lost or stolen. Finally, create a simple, digital lifeline note with your main phone number, key recovery emails, your core banks and pension providers, and a short list of trusted family members or friends you could lean on in an emergency. If you prefer not to build this from scratch, look at the retiree-friendly templates and tools linked in the description. Several of them walk you through this prep step by step, and, when used through those links, they help support this channel at no extra cost to you. Keeping WhatsApp safe while you switch SIMs. It is how you see grandkids' photos, talk to old friends, coordinate with landlords, contact neighbors, and stay plugged into local doctors or expat groups. When WhatsApp stops working, a move abroad can suddenly feel very isolating. The key idea is simple. WhatsApp is registered to your phone number, but it runs over internet data, rather than traditional SMS. As long as your phone has an internet connection, WhatsApp does not care which line is providing that data. It only cares that your identity is tied to a particular number. Before you change anything with SIM cards or settings, open WhatsApp and trigger a fresh cloud backup so your chat history is safe. Then decide how you want to handle your identity. In most cases, the simplest and safest option is to keep WhatsApp registered to the same Canadian or American home number you have always used, even when you add a local SIM or eSIM for data. When you do that, your contacts do not have to update anything. Your kids, grandkids, and friends keep messaging the same number, and you show up exactly as you did before you left. Once dual SIM is active, you simply use your travel line for data, while WhatsApp continues to operate with your home number as its identity. Problems appear when people reinstall WhatsApp or switch phones at a time when their home SIM is not reachable. The app tries to send a verification code to the old number and there is no way to receive it, unless you are making a deliberate move to a new permanent number. Avoid pressing the change number option inside WhatsApp, and avoid reinstalling the app when your home SIM is not active. If you prefer having a written checklist rather than trusting your memory, explore the tools and resources in the description. Several include connectivity and WhatsApp safety checklists designed with long-term travelers and retirees in mind, and using those affiliate links is an easy way to support the channel. Practical dual SIM setup, tests, and bank codes. Now, let us turn this into something you can actually follow step by step. A few days before departure, add your second line. If you are using a travel eSIM, you usually receive a QR code by email. You open your phone's settings, choose to add an eSIM, and scan that code. If you are using a physical SIM, you insert it into the second slot. When your phone asks you to label the lines, choose clear names such as Home, Canada, or US, and Travel Data Abroad. Months from now, those labels will prevent confusion. In your mobile settings, set the Travel Data Abroad line as the default for data so that maps, email, browsing, and streaming all use the affordable plan. In the settings for your home line, turn data roaming off so it does not quietly rack up roaming charges, then decide how calls and texts will behave. Many retirees leave incoming calls and texts enabled on both lines but set the travel line as the default for local outgoing calls. Others prefer to use the home line for family and the travel line, strictly, for errands. If you are unsure, choose the option where the phone asks which line to use whenever you dial and live with that for a week while you get used to it. While you are still at home, run a small rehearsal. Connect your phone to Wi-Fi, open WhatsApp, and send a message to a family member to confirm that everything feels normal. From a low-risk service such as a loyalty program, intentionally trigger a verification code and make sure it arrives on your home line. Then log into at least one major financial account and verify that you can still receive a code and complete the login. If something fails, it is far easier to fix while you are still in the same time zone and can walk into a branch or phone support without the stress of an international call. Emergencies, lost phones, and long-term strategy. Even with good planning, things can still go wrong. Phones can be lost or stolen, and SIMs or eSIMs can fail. Planning for those possibilities is part of a calm retirement abroad. If your phone is lost or stolen, use your device's Find My Phone feature, if it was enabled, and if necessary, remotely lock or erase the device. Contact both your home provider and your travel provider to suspend service on each line. So, the numbers cannot be abused. Then begin changing passwords on your most sensitive accounts, starting with email and banking, because those accounts act as gateways to everything else. Because you enabled cloud backups earlier, you can recover more quickly. You can obtain a replacement phone, sign back into your Apple or Google account, reinstall WhatsApp, and restore your chat history. Once your home SIM or eSIM is transferred or reissued, you can rebuild your dual SIM structure by activating a new travel SIM or eSIM for data. If a SIM or eSIM fails while you are abroad, fall back to Wi-Fi as a temporary lifeline. WhatsApp, email, and most apps work fine over Wi-Fi alone while you work with your provider to fix the issue. Over time, you may decide to refine your approach. Some retirees move their long-term home number onto a very low-cost plan or a parking service that specializes in keeping numbers alive for codes and occasional calls. Others, once they are fully settled in a new country, gradually migrate some services to a local number and keep the original one mainly for banking and government use. There is no single correct strategy. The best choice is the one that keeps you feeling secure without adding unnecessary complexity. Your Keep My Number checklist and next steps. To bring everything together, think of your Keep My Number system as a short routine you run before and during every extended trip. You prepare by unlocking your phone, confirming you control your number, backing up WhatsApp and contacts, and tidying the recovery options on your main accounts. You set up dual SIM by adding and labeling your travel line, assigning it as the data line, and turning roaming off on your home line. You protect your money by talking to your banks, enabling app-based codes and backup methods, and running at least one test login before you leave. You plan for emergencies by enabling Find My Phone, storing backup codes, and knowing how you would restore everything onto a replacement device if something went wrong far from home. If you would like extra help turning this into a concrete checklist, look at the tools and resources linked in the description. They support retirees with affordable eSIM data, travel medical coverage, and safer airport and city transfers. And when you use those links, you help support this channel at no extra cost to you. If this episode made you feel more confident about keeping your number and your digital life intact abroad, consider giving it a like so more future retirees can find it. Subscribe to Travel Choir for more practical retiree-focused guides, and share this video with a partner or friend who is planning to keep their home number while living part-time or full-time overseas. Your phone number does not have to be a weak point in your retirement plan. With a smart dual SIM setup and a bit of preparation, it can become one of the strongest anchors of your new life abroad.